want to show these people something. What do we have here from back in 2000? Wow. Is it, the vision is on this thing is so horrible like that? All right, there we go. Back in 2012, on October 4th, what do we have? Oh, Walgreens Facebook page, which means instant communication with the dead. No necromancy, my people, but just you communicating with the entity through Facebook, which is another dead person according to the law and the legal system. Walgreens, you see? Body alias Saraparaka. You see? And by priest Basadar. You see? You got what? You got the notice of understanding, intent, and claim of right that has been served way back then. Yeah, see? So, people in default. There's somebody in default. Don't know if it's a dead person in default or what. But somebody's in default. Okay. So this was sent to Walgreens. Is it your manager? You the manager?
Yes.
Oh, how you doing? I have a claim of right. You know what a claim of right is?
What are you claiming?
I claim everything, all the assets that the corporations, especially the major corporations and the governments are in control of. Okay, so if you know what a claim of right is?
Not exactly.
All right, Article 155 of New York Penal Law, you can see the definition of it right there. You have a cell phone? Like a Google, you could just Google it real quick, it'll tell you. It's a short little, I don't have a phone on, like my phone doesn't work on the internet.
So is that what this article is? This thing is
yeah, this is the proof back in 2012. See the date here? This is Walgreens Facebook page. Back in 2012, right? I gave them this notice. It's called a notice of understanding, intent, and a claim of right. So I had served them on it. My copy of this thing is not all completely everything printed out, but it does show that I sent them. So this is an old thing. They never responded, which means they're in default. They agreed. They failed to respond or dispute it. So I'm one of the owners. It's basically established. You could keep a copy for yourself and probably forward it or fax it to headquarters to tell them what's going on. But I asked for them to get back to me. If they're not getting back to me, listen, there's nothing else to say. Because anybody can understand from the law, if somebody communicating with you and they tell you they have a right to certain things, certain property in your possession, and you don't respond and you don't, well then, hey, there's nothing else to talk about. I just want to let them know what's going on. There's somebody out there with a claim that's in full effect.
You probably have to bring it up to them.
I already brought it up to them. They're not responding. That's what I'm telling you. So it's in full effect. They didn't respond 6 years ago. We in 2018 now. There's nothing else to talk about. If they don't want to respond,
but if it's on Facebook,
that's instant communication.
Everything.
That don't matter. This is proof that they were served, they were notified, because it says notice to agent is notice to principal right here. Notice to agent. So whoever saw this on the Facebook or whoever works for them for their Facebook has an obligation to notify them. Notice to agent and notice to principal. If they don't want to respond, that means, hey, it's a done deal. There's nothing else to talk about. I just want to let you know, if you want to keep a copy here for any kind of reference purposes, but the proof is already published and is in the public. I don't have your face, but this is on video right now. Like the fact that I'm here and I'm serving and letting them know, this is going on YouTube and for the public, for the whole world to see. So they can't say, oh, what this guy talking about is nonsense. No, because everybody know what a claim of right is. Everybody have the proof that they were communicated to, instant communication. Whoever, whether they seen it or not, it's too bad, because here's the proof that they were communicated to, and they can't show proof that they responded to this.
And
you know what I'm saying?
You might want to bring it up to the store manager when he comes in.
I don't have an obligation to. I'm just showing you I'm one of the owners. I'm just showing you proof I'm one of the owners. There's nothing for me else to prove to anybody. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. There's nothing else for me to prove. I'm just holding on to this to show that I've made the attempt to communicate and get some response or feedback from somebody about my beliefs, my sincerely held convictions, okay? And nobody could dispute it. Nobody could even respond to it. Fine, because according to the law, if you give somebody a notice or something about certain things, you ask them to respond within 21 days and they don't respond for years, well then what does that mean? It's a done deal. So I'm reiterating to you, I have no further obligation to try to communicate with these people. It doesn't make sense. So I'm just letting you know, this was done years ago. Here's the proof. Okay, and so there's nothing else to prove. So now, I came here yesterday and I spoke to the other sister manager yesterday because I had gave them something else yesterday. But this is just further proof that a dead person, nobody wants to be personally responsible for a dead person. That's why all of you guys act in limited liability. You're not going to be liable for Walgreens. So nobody can sue you because you act in the name of a dead person, Walgreens. Fine. People are using dead people to rob everybody of what the earth freely provides for them. So I'm just taking back what's mine.
The vendors here?
So I'm just taking back what's
on
mine.
right here.
So that's it. So I mean, would you like to just make a copy and just keep it and forward it to the HR? Let them know that this guy came by today. He showed me this. I don't know what you guys want to do about this, but he just offered that I could just forward a copy to you, and he just left it. I already got a video up on YouTube right now when I came here yesterday. So they have to respond. If they don't respond, because it's in the public, the video. And if they don't respond to what's in the video that the whole world can see, then the whole world can see that I'm right. I'm proving myself. But I'm doing it in the name of Jesus Christ. It's not for my own. I'm doing this for everybody. But this is a movement where humanity is taking this world back from the corporations. And people are not going to use corporations to rob humanity anymore. It's not going to happen no more. So God, through Jesus Christ, has set up a movement ever since his days to stop this stuff. And the time is winding down. So would you make a copy on one of those things over there?
Those do not make copies.
Oh, you guys don't have a fax machine to...
I mean, FedEx is the nearest place that has a fax machine.
No, you guys to fax it to your headquarters.
We don't have a fax machine.
Y'all don't? Oh, y'all. So how do y'all guys communicate with the other offices and with like y'all know got way to like communicate like with other offices through like a fax or something like
company email?
That's how y'all do it? Only email? Only email? That's how y'all do it? So, I mean, what you could do is you could take a picture of this. You could take a picture of this and this.
Okay, here's some other questions as well. How would we know if this paper itself is not tampered with?
Well, then if you have a claim that it is, you will have to prove that.
But first you have to claim.
If you assuming it is, your assumption have to be based upon some reasonable, articulable facts. And then if you're going to make a claim that this is tampered with, then you have to have the evidence to show that it's tampered with.
But how would you have the evidence that this is real?
First of all, I'm just claiming, I'm showing. The evidence right here is. All right, people. So you see, so the claim has been made, it's been established, they've been put on notice. All you NYPD, all you so-called government agents who are our stewards, our trustees, you've been put on notice too via this video. Because it's public, going viral. Walgreens. Dead person, served, conquered.